Nothing to be nervous
Okay.
about. Just gonna have a life-changing experience.
Hope so. Or
Okay, so first of all, just to make sure it's okay that I put this on YouTube, social media, my site, all those other places. Okay, great.
yes.
So, what do you want to actually work on?
Uh, maybe going into those feelings, uh, like kind of understanding them a bit more. Like I noticed I could like start feeling things, but I also feel like there's different kinds of experiences or feelings that I'd like to see where they're stemming from and what they really are. Like, uh,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just like I want to change my priorities, what I care about in a story, or what do I want to work on. I want to love them. You, I guess I don't want to hate them because then I'll feel like I'm at risk of being hated by someone out there. Um, Sometimes I feel just as unloved as I want them to be in my mind. Yeah, I don't want to have like moments where I'm caught up in this um, anymore, where I'm feeling angsty about this relationship with my parents. Just I don't know.
Okay. I mean, I have enough to start working. Okay. Ready?
Yes.
First question. Is it okay to get rid of this problem?
Yeah.
Okay. So, what I want you to do is I want you to put your feet flat on the floor, hands on your lap, breathe in deeply, let it out with a sigh. One more time, breathe in deeply, let it out with a sigh. And I want you to go into all those feelings that you spoke about, those feelings that your parents don't understand you, especially your mom, that feelings that she always puts you as the devil, that you're evil, trying to get the demons out of you. Can you feel all that?
Yeah.
Thinks you're some sexual deviant, all evil. Make it as strong as you can. The faster, the stronger you feel it now, the faster it's going to go. Can you bring it up to that 10? Remember that memory
No.
out in the garden. You don't even know what you're supposed to be guilty for, but you're supposed to be guilty. Doesn't make a difference. They don't care what you think. They don't care what you feel. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay, and point to where you feel it. Okay. Notice it has a color attached to it. What's the color?
Purple.
If there's any shape attached to it.
No.
Any texture, any volume, any temperature.
Um. feel swelling in my heart.
Okay, what I want you to do is I want you to take all those feelings, the memories, the thoughts, and put them all onto this big shelf right in front of you.
Okay.
And then push the shelf to the side. Literally do it, okay? Take it out of your stuff, push the shelf aside. Good. And I want you to do is I want you to go to a place where you feel totally, utterly, completely safe. It can be from your past. It can be from your future. It can be from the present. It can be from from a book, from a movie, in your imagination. Does it make a difference? The only important thing is that when you go into that place in your mind, you feel totally, utterly, and completely safe. You have a place like that?
Yeah.
Okay, I want you to point to where you feel it. Okay, great. And now, Ken, I want you to notice there's a color attached to it. What's the color attached to it?
Yellow and blue.
Yellow and blue. Great. I want you to pull out that yellow and blue energy. Okay, keep it. We don't want to lose it. We want to use it, but pull it all out so you get every last drop of it out. Some of that stuff likes to hide, so make sure you get it all.
Okay.
Okay, make sure you got it all.
Okay.
Okay, I want you to notice what color it is now.
Yellow, light blue, and pink.
Cool. I want you to notice it has a spin to it. Which way is it spinning?
Clockwise.
I want you to take
Like
it
a fluid.
two sides, and I want you to make it even stronger in that direction in color. Make the colors brighter, make the colors stronger, make the spin faster, double the speed, double the amplitude, double the magnitude, double the frequency. Keep doubling it over and over and over again till it grows so big it starts to create this big force field all around you. And as the force field is forming, breathe in that safe energy. Just breathe it in, let it fill your whole body up from the tips of your toes all the way to the top of your head. Just feel it all. You got it?
Yeah.
Okay, touch your hands around you just to feel it. Okay, make sure it's there. Keep it there. We're going to keep using it. Okay. Perfect. And now, what I'd like you to do is just take a look at that pile of stuff on that shelf over there. Remember that stuff that we piled all up over there? The bad stuff? Okay, that's our intention. That's what we're working on. What I want you to do is I want you to imagine a tree in front of you. What would happen to that tree if I stuck my hand in and I pulled it out by its roots?
It would die.
Nope, it would turn into beautiful butterflies and flutter away. Okay? Say after me and do what I say. Tap between your eyes, letting go of all fears.
I think of all fears.
Side of the eye, letting go of all sadnesses.
Letting go of all sadnesses.
Under the eye, letting go of all emotional traumas.
Letting go of all emotional traumas.
Collarbone, letting go of the helplessness.
Letting go of helplessness.
Top of the eye, letting go of the hopelessness.
Letting go of hopelessness.
Side of the eye, letting go of the no control.
Letting go of no control.
Under the eye, letting go of the guilt.
Letting go of the guilt.
Collarbone, letting go of the blame.
letting go of the blame.
Now keep going through that sequence of points. I'm just going to say what to say, and you just keep tapping through the sequence. Letting go of the shame.
Letting go of the shame.
Letting go of the trapped feelings.
Letting go of the trapped feelings.
Letting go of the hate.
Letting go of the hate.
Letting go of the conflicts.
Letting go of the conflicts.
Wanting to let it go.
Wanting to let it go.
Afraid to let it go.
Afraid to let it go.
Letting go of the lack of understanding.
Letting go of the lack of understanding.
Letting go of the lack of acceptance.
Letting go of the lack of acceptance.
Letting go of the conflicts.
Letting go of the conflicts.
Letting go of the lack of love.
Letting go of the lack of love.
Whatever it means.
Whatever it means.
Whatever it represents.
Whatever it represents.
All the sensations. All the colors. All the
All the
images. Everything else.
sensations.
Let it go. Safety.
Everything else.
I love them.
Let it go.
I know that they wish and think of me. My friends are simply out of this world. I love
My
them.
friends are simply out of
Those
this
who work
world.
with me are hardworking.
Those who work with me are hardworking.
Grab your wrist. Breathe in. Blow out. Feel that force field around you. That safe place, that safe energy. Breathe it in. And say peace.
Peace.
Now when you go back there and look at all those things on the shelf and step inside of them, what's changed? What's different? It used to be a 10.
I feel the throat part of it. I don't have all of it back.
I said again, you feel that part of it is what?
I feel the throat part of it, and I see me out by the pool.
Okay, good. So 0 to 10, what's your number now?
6, 5.
Okay, what I want you to do now, Ken, is I want you to imagine yourself entering into this big room, and in this room there's this big, most comfortable chair that you've ever seen in your entire life. And as you sit on that chair, this big ball of orange energy comes up over your head and starts dripping down into your body, all the way down to your toes, filling your whole body up with this wonderful orange energy, just like you would fill a cup with water under the faucet or a beaker in a laboratory with fluid, starting from the bottom and going slowly up, filling you up all the way to the tip of your head, from your fingertips up your shoulders, also up to the tip of your head. Now this orange solvent, orange energy, is actually what we call a universal solvent. It goes into your body, goes into all the nooks and crannies inside your body, in between every single place, attracting to it all the less than positive feelings, the less than positive experiences, the ones that your conscious mind knows about and the ones that your other than conscious mind knows about. And as you're allowing this process to take place with one part of your mind, you can use the other parts of your mind to go ahead and do other processes. So go ahead, let that part of your mind stay right over there. What I want you to do is I want you to step out of your body and imagine yourself going to this big room. And in this big room, you notice it's dome-shaped and it has gray pearly walls. And in the middle of the room, there is this big burning fire pit, but it's a very special fire. This fire is a blue fire that can only do good things. It takes all the less than positive things and changes them, transmutes them, transfixes them to be something positive. Now, as you look on the wall, you might notice how there's little squares, and those little squares come in two different colors. One of those colors represents all the positive things in your life, while the other color represents all the less than positive things in your life having to do with this issue. What I want you to do is I want you to reach out your hand and grab one of those pieces off of the wall. And as you do that, I want you to notice there's a feeling inside of you. Go ahead and point where you feel it. Okay. Now with your two hands, I want you to take that piece and I want you to do whatever you need to change it, smash it, crash it, break it, tear it, smear it, whatever you need to do to change it. And as you're doing that, I want you to notice that the feeling inside of you is also changing and shifting. And when you got it for all the right reasons, I want you to take it and I want you to throw it into that fire pit. And I want you to feel that blue energy surging up. Breathe it in. Feel that positive energy filling you up with all the positive things. Now go ahead, reach out to the wall and take all the other squares that represent the less than positive things in your life. And as you do, I want you to notice all the shifts and changes occurring inside your body. Let them all, some of them like to hide. That's right. Get them all. And notice the changes occurring inside of you as you do it. Notice how with every one that you pick off the wall, there's another feeling inside of you that sparks up and starts to shift and change. Okay, got them all. Now smash them, mash them, change them, transmute them, transfix them any way that you have to. And when you got it for all the right reasons, throw them right into that fire pit. Feeling all the positive energy surging up as the fire transmutes, changes, transfixes all those less than positive feelings, turning them into positive feelings in the way, the only way that it knows how. Then notice how the energy from that smoke that comes up merges together with the walls and the other pieces, other squares on the wall that represent the positive things, creating this big, enormous network of positive energy all around you. And now, Ken, what I'd like you to do, I'd like you to remember that feeling that you had inside of you, that feeling in your throat, that sinking feeling going down to your chest, the one that you came here for, that you want to change. As you think about that feeling, I want you to notice what might be the first time that you felt it. How old might you be at that time? first impression, first thing that pops into your mind?
11.
11. Okay, and what's going on over there as you're 11 years old?
I'm in a classroom, and these girls are picking on me because I was picking my nose.
And then what happens?
I was at first going along with it and accepting that identity that they were giving me. And after time, I didn't like being that guy because I didn't think there was any reason for me to be that person.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I was kind of already accepted as being by them. And I didn't like it.
Didn't like it.
So,
and then what happened?
I was angry at them.
And then what happened?
I wasn't playing along with it anymore. I felt it was just a chance to fit in a bit. But it was limiting to fit into that identity. I was like, oh, like, first guy that will take his notes.
So tell me, I want you to go over to that younger Ken, and I want you to ask him if this is the first time that he felt it, this feeling, or whether it's a familiar feeling, like an old friend.
It's not the first time.
Okay, I want you to ask him to point to where he feels it in his body.
Where do you feel it? Feel it here. My torso.
Okay, I want you to ask him if he notices there's a color attached to it.
It's like poison. It's like a dark blue, almost black.
Is there any shape?
Like it's dripping.
Excuse me, what is it?
Like it's dripping. That's imagined.
Okay.
Uh,
I want you to step into his body, and I want you to go deep, deep down into the center core energy of that feeling in his torso that's dark blue black. And when it gets there, I want him to go even further down, like through the eye of a needle, through the wings of time, back through the years to the very first time very first event, very first occurrence that has everything to do with this feeling. And first impression, is he indoors or outdoors?
My my siblings are I don't know.
First impression that comes up.
That they are watching TV. Shoot, I don't know.
How old are you there?
I guess maybe like 6 years old, and how about my parents are telling me I need to go to bed for school. That's not it though.
Okay, and then what happens?
Man, this is so confusing to me.
It's okay, don't worry. Whatever comes up, just tell it as it comes up.
Well, I'm not sure about the whole going to bed thing, but I do remember one time, like, I had to go to bed for kindergarten school, and it was, like, really early, and I didn't want to, like, and my parents said to. But I ended up sleeping, but I don't know. I guess I was angry about it.
Okay, ask that younger Ken, that younger version of Ken, whether it's the first time he felt it or if it's a familiar feeling.
I can barely tell what the feeling is.
But you know the feeling's there, right?
I think that one's a different feeling.
The one when you're in kindergarten or the one that's earlier?
Kindergarten one.
It's okay if it's a little bit different. If your subconscious mind brings it up, it means that it's related somehow or other. Okay?
Okay. Yeah. I feel angry, like, why am I going to bed now? It's way too early. No judgment. I'm just gonna say it. And my little brother disagrees, and we're sleeping in the same room, and he disagrees with me that about the being angry is how you go to sleep so early. So I feel like I'm angry, but no one agrees with me, and so there's a So I guess I feel a little, I don't know. Like that.
Unsupported. Ask that younger version of yourself, Ken, if this is the first time he felt it, or if it's a familiar feeling. Like an old friend.
It's familiar.
Okay. Ask him to feel where he feels it.
Where do you feel it? I feel it around my shoulders and arms, I suppose.
Ask him what color it has.
It's red or purple or dark blue.
Ask him if there's any shape attached to it.
Like cylinder. A wall around me.
Okay, step into his body and go deep, deep down to the center core energy of this purple, dark blue feeling around your shoulders and arms. When you get there, go even further back, like through an eye of a needle, in the wings of time, back through the years to the very first time, very first event, very first occurrence that has everything to do with this feeling that you're feeling. First impression, indoors or outdoors?
Outdoors.
First impression, daytime or nighttime?
Daytime.
First impression, alone or with others?
My brother's there.
Which one?
My two older brothers. And they're playing Army. And I'm not involved. But I will feel excluded. So I go somewhere else in the backyard. I feel like it's my fate to be excluded.
I want you to go to that younger version of Ken, and I want you to ask him if this is the first time that he felt it, or if this is a familiar feeling.
It's familiar.
Okay, ask him to point to where he feels it. Okay, ask him to notice if it has a color attached to it.
Bluish green. Like black and white. That's fun.
Or is any shape, texture, temperature attached to it?
I guess it's kind of cold. It feels like it's underneath my heart. Like there's just a wound in it.
Step into
Behind it.
Step into his body And go deep, deep down to that core energy of that bluish green, black, white kind of cold feeling in his throat chest area. And when you get there, go even further down through an eye of a needle on the wings of time, back through the years to the very first time, very first event, very first occurrence that has everything to do with that feeling. First impression, are you indoors or outdoors?
I'm indoors.
Mm-hmm.
And my brothers, they take one of my doll things that I gave a name and stuff, felt attached to, and they cut it with a knife, and throw it off the balcony. But I also feel like I'm a little too old where I kind of understand that it's just a symbol.
How old are you there?
8, maybe 9, 10.
Okay, I want you to go back to that little Ken, the little version of Ken, the one who's playing outside, and his brothers are playing army and excluding him. How old is he there?
8.
8. Okay. So let's go to the one who's 6 years old. Okay. The one who feels angry, not want to go to bed, and his little brother thinks they're right for going to bed. He then feels misunderstood, right? Got that picture?
Yeah.
And I want you to go over to that younger version of Ken, and I want you to give him the biggest big brother buddy hug. Bring him right into your heart and breathe into him that positive energy. Because I want you to take that little Ken, that little younger version of you, and I want you to notice through your timeline all the other younger versions of Ken that suffered with that same feeling that that little Ken felt at the time, was carried through, passed over from one to the other. But how many Kens do you think would be there if you had to count?
Yeah. 18.
18, okay. Sound like
Dozens.
Dozens or 18?
Yeah. Dozens.
I want you to take all those dozens of younger versions of you, bring them all into that safe space inside the force field. Okay? Got them all there?
Yeah.
And I'd like you to do, Ken, is like you to notice how the karma police come. And if they were going to pull out all the stuff inside of you that you've been holding in for all that time, all the stuff that they've been holding in all their time, all the stuff that didn't really belong to them, the stuff that was just given to them, all the things that they really need. How big would that pile be? What do you think? What would you think? I'm curious.
It would be chest high.
Chest high. Okay. So I want you to see far, far, far off in the distance as the karma police come, suck out all that bad stuff, all those other than positive feelings, all those feelings that you no longer need. Suck it out from all of those dozens of younger versions of you, the younger versions of Ken, and from you too, and put it all in that pile far, far off. I'm just curious, if you look at that pile right now, is it bigger than you thought it would be, smaller than you thought it would be, or the same size?
It's a little less small, or a little less big than thought it would be.
A little less big, okay, great. And I want you to notice lined up next to that pile are all the people who gave you that stuff. All the people who gave it to you without asking, just gave it on to you, made you carry it all these years. And I want to see that karma police in the most pleasurable, most comical, most efficient way take that stuff and give it right back to them where it belongs. Can you see that happening? And let me know when it's done.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. And as you look at that pile over there, how much of any of it is left?
I guess like half of it, but it's dense. And
And of that 50% that's left, how much of it is actually yours?
I guess a quarter, something, maybe.
So what would you like to do with that 25% of that half? I mean, half of the half, 25% of the whole bout. How do you want to get rid of it? You want to send it to the sun to burn? You want to send it down to hell? You want to put it in the middle of the ocean? You want to send it down to the center of the earth to be recycled by Mother Earth? What would you like to do?
Yeah, I want it to be evaporated.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just watch how that karma police come and go and evaporate it. And as you look now over there, Ken, I'm just curious. Was more evaporated than you thought? Less evaporated than you thought? Or was it just the amount that you thought?
Not all of it's evaporated.
Okay. How much of it is left?
Most of it.
Most of it is still left. And how much of that stuff is actually yours?
Very little.
Very little. So what would you like to do with it?
I just look at it.
Okay, you can look at it. And as you look at it, what would you like to do with it afterwards? It's still in that pile over there. Assume you don't want it back.
Toss it. Toss it.
Okay, so go ahead. Let's toss it. Okay, just keep doing it till it's all gone. We don't need it anymore. It's done its job. Never asked for it, never wanted it. And as you look at
I feel like there's more than I thought.
More than you thought. I see. But it's gone.
That I wasn't even paying.
That wasn't yours,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It wasn't yours at all. And as you're looking at all those other younger versions of Ken that are with you over there, those dozens, how do they look now?
They look kind of confused.
Kind of confused. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to pull out all the confusion from them and from you. Pull it all out. Got it all yet? Or not yet?
Yeah, we got it.
Okay, notice what color it is now.
Like how I feel or the confusion?
What color? Just take a notice with your imagination eye, your inner eye, and see what color it is.
Yellow. Kind of almost green, but
Okay, and I want you to notice which way is it spinning.
same clockwise.
This time, Ken, I want you to take it by the two sides. I want you to make it the opposite of what it was in every possible way, spinning it faster and faster and doubling the speed, doubling the amplitude, doubling the magnitude, doubling the frequency. Keep doubling it over and over again till you know it can never go back to the way it's before. It can only get better and bigger the way it is now. When you got it for all the right reasons, slam it right back in to both them and to you. Any sensations, any feelings you might be feeling are your body's way of letting go of the old, allowing the new. Don't try to stop them. Don't try to change them. Just let your body process through them. And just like a snake sheds its skin when it takes on a new skin, just like a computer sheds the old programs when it takes on a new program, allow your body to shed any program that supported that old program and take on only the new ones that support this new program. And when you got it for all the right reasons, try to bring it back. See what happens instead. Now, some of my clients cry, some of them shiver, some of them sweat, some of them feel teary, some of them laugh. Any of those physiological reactions or any other ones that you might be feeling are just the normal reactions to your body resetting its neurological start point. Don't try to stop them. Don't try to resist them. Don't try to help them. Just let your body process through. When you got it, try to bring it back. See what happens instead.
So I try to bring it back. It's like I'm mimicking it, but it's not real.
Do you have more clarity over there?
Sort of. Yeah.
Okay. You want to integrate all those little Kens back into you, where they belong? Or do you want to keep them out there, where they might also belong?
Well, keep some of them out there.
Okay, so take the ones that you want to put into you and just gather them up into a big hug and bring them right into your heart. Now, as you go back to that little Ken who's just 6 years old, how's he feeling now over there? Back in that same scene and situation. What's going on there now? What's different? What's changed?
He's content.
Okay, good.
He is okay and doesn't feel wrong.
Feels right now?
Yeah.
And what about that 8-year-old? The one who they took his animal away and started cutting it up with a knife. How's he feeling?
Oh, that's just juvenile.
Okay.
Silly.
What about the one who's playing outside and his brothers are excluding him from the game? How's he feeling?
I think he's content, but a little remiss. I don't know.
Okay.
I guess I feel like he has better mind control of certain things, which is, I guess, the truth. You know.
Mm-hmm. And what about that one in school with all those girls?
I guess I feel a little confused. Like,
Okay, step into his shoes. Feel his confusion and start tapping. He's confused.
he's confused.
I'm confused.
I'm confused.
Or the confused.
We're all confused.
Whatever it means.
Whatever it means.
All the conflicts.
All the conflicts.
Wanting to let it go.
Trying to let it go.
Afraid to let it go.
Afraid to let it go.
Not knowing how to let it go.
Just knowing how to let it go.
Safe let it go.
Just let it go.
Time to heal. Time to let me
Just let it go.
C is for the clarity which is lit by amazing, beautiful light.
Time to heal.
Thank you for all the desires that came about.
C is for clarity.
E is for every dream and desire that the clarity has brought to me. S is for feeling full of my desires.
I have desires.
My beautiful life. H is for the happiness that's grab your wrist.
Everything happens first.
Breathe in. Blow out. Feel the force field. Feel the safe energy. Breathe it in. And say peace.
Peace.
Okay, go back into that little Ken's body. See what he's feeling now.
It's not hard to me anymore that what these girls are doing, it's in their heads, and it's really not a part of me.
Okay, so he's feeling okay now, right?
Yeah.
And I want you to go to little Ken, who was feeling guilty and not even knowing why he was feeling guilty because his mom was yelling at him for doing something. How's he feeling?
He feels angry.
He's
That
angry.
he's helpless.
Okay, step into his shoes. Feel his anger. And start tapping. His anger.
His anger.
My anger.
My anger.
All the anger.
All the anger.
All the lack of love.
All the lack of love.
The lack of understanding.
Lack of understanding.
All the conflicts.
All the conflicts.
Whatever it means.
Whatever it means.
Whatever it represents.
Whatever it
Let's just let
represents.
it go.
For my partner, I love my children. I get along with
Let's
them.
just let it go.
Individual. I love and respect my parents. I know that they wish the best.
I love and respect my parents. I know that they wish the best for me.
Those who work with me are hardworking and honest.
Those who are hardworking.
Still all the bad relationships in my
G
life.
is for the
I
great
feel
gift.
all
Grab your
Those
wrist.
six.
Breathe in. Blow out. Feel the force field. Feel the safe energy. And say peace. Go back into his body. See what's changed. What's he feeling now?
At first, he's not so affected. A little confused at why this is happening for
Okay.
her.
Step into her shoes. Your mom's shoes. What's your mom feeling?
emotional and sad and worried and also a little bit self-righteous. And a little good because she's teaching.
Start tapping on yourself as you're tapping on her. She's emotional.
She's emotional.
I'm emotional.
I'm emotional.
She's sad.
She's sad.
I'm sad.
I'm sad.
She's worried.
She's worried.
I'm worried.
I'm worried.
She's self-righteous.
She's self-righteous.
I'm self-righteous.
I'm self-righteous.
Whatever it all means.
Whatever it all means.
Whatever it represents.
Whatever it represents.
The lack of love.
The lack of love.
The lack of acceptance.
Lack of acceptance.
Lack of forgiveness.
Lack of forgiveness.
Everything else.
Everything else.
Let it go.
I have nothing but
Say
love
let it go.
for my
Let it go.
I love my children and get along fine.
Safe to let it
Do I have
go.
an individual? I love and respect
Give you permission to let it go.
My friends are simply
I love and respect
I love free
my family.
and those who work with me are hardworking and honest.
Those
Still all bad relationships in my
G
life.
is for the greatest. Grab your wrist.
She's
Breathe in. Blow out. Go back. Step into her shoes. See what she's feeling now.
she is scared and scared. Of afraid.
Start tapping.
Um,
She's scared.
she's scared.
I'm scared.
I'm scared.
She's afraid.
She's afraid.
I'm afraid.
I'm afraid.
All the fears.
All fears.
There's nothing to fear
There's nothing to fear.
besides fear itself.
Besides fear itself.
I let it go.
I let it go.
Let go of the conflicts.
Let go of the conflicts,
The inner conflicts.
the inner conflicts,
The outer conflicts.
the outer conflicts,
The lack of acceptance.
the lack of acceptance,
The lack of understanding.
the lack of understanding.
Just let it go.
Just let it go.
Take my power back
Take my power back.
and set us all free.
Set us all free.
Free to love ourselves.
Free to love ourselves.
Always see the good in us.
Always see the good in us.
Accept ourselves
Accept ourselves.
and forgive ourselves.
And forgive ourselves.
Just the way that we are.
Just the way that we are.
It's safe to learn together.
It's safe to learn together.
It's safe to be free.
It's safe to be free.
It's safe to be safe.
It's safe to be safe.
Grab your wrist. Breathe in. Blow out. Feel that force field. Breathe in the safe energy. Take your mom in there. Let her breathe it in too. And say peace.
Peace.
Okay, go back. See what's changed. You're in her shoes. What is she feeling now?
A little embarrassed or confused or
Was it embarrassed I heard? What
still
else?
confused.
Embarrassed. Confused.
Worried.
Okay, which is the strongest one there? The embarrassed, the confused, or the worried?
Embarrassed.
Okay, I want you to pull out that embarrassed feeling from her, from wherever she feels it. Pull it all out, every last drop of it. Don't let any of it stay behind.
Okay.
Okay, hold that in front of you with your mind's eye. Knows what color it is.
Okay.
What's the color?
Yellow.
This has a spin to it. Which way is it spinning?
Clockwise.
Take it by the two sides. Make it be the opposite of what it was in every possible way. Spinning it faster and faster. And doubling the speed, doubling the amplitude, doubling the magnitude, doubling the frequency. Keep doubling it over and over again till you know it can never go back to its fork and get better and better ways. Now we know you've got it for all the right reasons. Take it and slam it right back in from where you took it out. Any sensations, any feelings you might be feeling are your body's way of letting go of the old, allowing the new. Don't try to stop it. Don't try to change it. Just let your body process through it. And when you got it for all the right reasons, try to bring it back. See what happens instead.
I think I feel it almost the same, but just different.
Okay, how's it different?
It's in a different part of my body. It's in a different part of my body.
Okay. Is it the same strength?
No.
Less?
Yeah.
Okay. Does it has a color attached to it?
Yellow and pink.
Go ahead and pull it out. Pull it out from there. Every last drop. Don't let any of it stay behind. Okay. Knows what color it is now.
It's velvet.
Knows has a spin to it. Which way is it spinning?
Spinning counterclockwise.
Take it by the two sides. Make it the opposite of what it was in every possible way. Spinning it faster and faster. And doubling the speed, doubling the amplitude, doubling the magnitude, doubling the frequency. Keep doubling it over and over again till you know it can never go back to its fork. Let it get better and better the way it is now. You know you've got it for all the right reasons. Slam it right back into where you took it out from. Sensations, any feelings you might be feeling are your body's way of letting go of the old, allowing you. Some of my clients sweat, some of them tear, some of them shiver, some of them laugh, some of them giggle. Any of those physiological reactions and any other ones you might be feeling are just your normal way of your body resetting its neurological start point. Don't try to stop it. Don't try to change it. Just let your body process through it. And when you got it for all the right reasons, try to bring it back. See what happens instead.
Not bad anymore. Like, it just is what it is.
It is what it is.
Sort of.
Okay, and how's little Ken feeling?
Relax, but like
Like what?
like kind of confused, content, but like confused.
Okay.
And,
Want him to point where he feels it. To where he feels it.
Here.
Okay, and point to where he sees it outside of him. Let him show how big it is. Okay, make it with his hands. Show how big it is. Okay, and have him make a big black frame around it. You're probably too young to remember these things, but in the olden times, they used to have on television sets this little contrast button. You could make it color either be blacker or whiter. So what you do is notice there's that little contrast button at the bottom of that black frame. I want you to turn it all the way to the right, which makes it be totally white, the picture. And tell me if it feels better or worse.
It makes it feel better.
Okay.
Just a little bit clear.
Now turn it the other direction when it's all the way black and see if that makes it feel better or worse.
It also gets kind of worse.
Okay, so turn it back to be white, the other direction. And notice how your pointer finger on your dominant hand turns into a magic stylus. What I want you to do is on this magic scrolling board that just appeared over there, the white scrolling board, I want you to write down all the lessons you need to learn from this so you can keep the lessons and let go of the experience and the feeling. Some of my clients know they're done when they run out of ink. Some of them know they're done when their finger stops writing. Any way that you know you're done is totally fine. And you can write any direction you want, any language you want. You can even not even know what you're writing. Your subconscious will, don't worry. And as you're writing, the scrolling board continues to scroll down, and everything that was written on it goes straight to your subconscious mind so you can keep those lessons. So go ahead and keep writing till you know that you're done, writing down all the lessons.
I feel bad about being a liar to my parents.
Okay, go ahead, write down. That's part of the lessons you have to learn, right? Got it all yet?
I think so.
Okay, let's shrink it down. Yeah?
Yeah.
And put it up over your head. Hammer it to the wall behind you, to your past. And then try to bring it back and see what happens instead.
I feel like I should feel bad for something. Like, feel ashamed for something.
Say it again. You should feel what?
Ashamed or bad for something. Like, that I've embarrassed myself, and if I were open, then I would just embarrass myself even more. That I would be accepted if I embarrass myself. And I'm in that role, and I don't know what to do.
So, I mean, you're feeling worse.
I guess, like, I put myself back in that position, and I remembered that. Like, I feel like the whole family is there, and, like, I'm both my family and myself, but I'm kind of like, I feel like my, won't be accepted by the family.
Okay,
Do you mind?
what?
Yeah.
This is
Can you say it?
This is a bit of a different feeling from what we were working on before. Okay, so I think we're going to leave this non-acceptance for the next session. But when you go to the anger now and the hatred, how does that feel?
I don't feel it. I feel more forgiving.
So you don't feel the anger or hatred against your parents anymore and your family?
No, not so much.
Okay. So I want you to close your eyes again. We haven't quite finished. And I want you to go back to that littlest Ken, the one who's 6 years old. And I want you to tell him all the things that he needs to know to be able to go through life more successfully, to maneuver through life more smoothly, to live his life in a better way. And don't forget to tell him that no matter what happens in life, he will never, ever, 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 ever be alone, because you are always going to be right there with him, holding him, hugging him, accepting him, understanding him, teaching him, guiding him, showing him the way of least resistance, keeping him right there in your heart where he belongs. And I want you to see your timeline in front of you, all the way from then till today. And in this timeline, I want you to notice how there's positive events and there's less than positive events. But I want you to go through your timeline at the speed of thought as all this new information is being expressed, interpreted, and put to action. And notice how the less than positive events start hopping on over to the positive side. And the positive events just get bigger and bigger and better with every breath you take and every beat of your heart. And keep going through your timeline at the speed of thought until there's nothing left on the less than positive side. They've all hopped on over to the positive side. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. And I want you to put yourself up from your body over to 7 days into the future on the timeline. And step into the body of Ken of 7 days in the future. See what he sees, hear what he hears, feel what he feels, and give me a report back of what's going on.
He feels good. He's enjoying the weather and is productive and he's happy with his friends.
Okay, step out from there. Go 1 month, 7 days into the future. Step into the Ken of that time. See what he sees, hear what he feels, hear what he hears, feel what he feels. Give me a report back of what's going on.
He feels even more confident in his goal of financial independence. And there's less tension between him and his parents.
Good. And now step out of his body and go 1 year, 1 month, 7 days into the future. Step into his body, see what he sees, hear what he hears, feel what he feels. Give me a report about what's going on.
He is like a renewed person. Hope I'm not too optimistic. He's like forgotten that he's supposed to feel bad because his life is too satisfying as it is, and the bygones have way less tension because he can talk to his parents and they are encouraging and understanding enough.
Okay.
And yeah.
Now what you do is I want you to live out a week in his life so you can have it right now. And as you're living his life for that week, I want him to download to you all the information, all the knowledge, all the wisdom that he's gained throughout that year, 1 month, 7 days. You can have it right now, and you don't have to wait till then. Okay, now step out of his body. Give him a big hug. Tell him how much you love him and how you can't wait to meet him in another 1 year, 1 month, 7 days. I'm coming back to today. In a moment, not yet, but a moment, I'm going to count from 1 to 5. And as I do, you can slowly open your eyes to this new reality that you've just created for yourself, knowing that all the things that you've done are for you. Number 1, know that all my messages to you and all your messages to your subconscious mind are just going to grow stronger and stronger, bigger and bigger, better and better with every breath you take and every beating of your heart. Number 2, knowing that you did the work, you face your demons, you deserve the rewards, you get to keep them. Number 3, knowing that your other conscious mind will always come up with the 3 best solutions to every problem that might arise in your life, so you can pick one, implement it, and return back to being that awesome self that you were created to be. Number 4, like a splash of cool spring water, refreshing your face with every drop that touches it. Number 5, feeling alive, ready to thrive, open your eyes at the rate and speed that you're ready to meet this new reality. How you feeling?
I feel relaxed and a bit more still. It's hard to describe. Like, I get confident that I can be okay, and like that there's not so much confusing things about my experience. Like, I can
Good.
yeah.
2 things. First of all, your homework. Notice all the good things that happen within the next week. All the good changes. Take special note because you're going to have to report back to me next week at the beginning of the session. Number 2, just because we finished our session doesn't mean you're finished. You're going to continue processing. Things come up, things surface, things that weren't able to surface before because they were covered up by other stuff that we just uncovered. Okay? Let them rise. Don't stuff them back in. As you reveal them, you feel them. As you feel them, you heal them. Any ones that are really big that you don't feel are being healed on their own, write them down and we'll work on it. Okay?
Okay. Yeah, that's a good idea.
2 things. Write down all the good things that happen, that change. Okay? You're going to have to report them back. Number 2, let the things process. Write down any of the big things you need help working on. Okay?
Okay.
And you'll be processing. Take a rest, drink water. Let yourself. Give yourself the time. Okay? You created changes inside your subconscious mind. It takes time for those things to rearrange into their proper order, proper way.
All right. I'm excited. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, go lie down. Good idea. If you have the time to, definitely a good idea. Okay? So I'll see you next week. Same time?
Oh, yes. Thank you so much. I'm excited to work on this.
Good. Excellent.
Yeah.
See, there's hope.
Right now, I feel pleasant to like see the outside right now and the sun on it. I want to go for a nice walk, probably.
Okay. Have a great week.
Don't forget, if you like this video, leave a like down below, subscribe to my channel, or subscribe to my newsletter. The address is right down below over there. Have a great week.